this looks terrible. So I'm going to replace it with a tail tidy. This one comes with much sleeker looking indicators as well, LED, so should look a lot better. I guess step one is to get this whole unit off. Let's get it on the pallet stand first. Stand this up. That's the scary bit. Oops. That's seat off. Okay, so looks like the old tail is held on by these 3 10mm. So let's get those taken off. Oh, it doesn't look like I have enough clearance. I have an extender. Instead of an extender, I will use these deep sockets, which are just as useful. Just enough clearance. Is it enough clearance? There we go, on this side I can do it. Oh man, that is tight. In fact, I think it's going to be better if I clean that up a bit. Oh, there we go, that's turning. The clearance on that's not great, is it? At least I know that one's loose. Let me start working some of these as well. That one looks to be moving as well. That one doesn't look that bad. I might just be able to... Yeah, good, okay. They're all moving. Turn it a lot easier, there we go. Make sure I don't lose these bolts. Although I think the part comes with a replacement bolt. I don't think it matters. Oh, make sure I don't drop the whole unit or snap anything with it being only supported by one bolt. Try to do that with one hand while holding this. Well, is this... Let me bolt the other one back in so it's not completely loose. Oh my god! I just sheared that off. Might be a drill job. If it doesn't come off, it's going to have to be. So it is also held on underneath by a Phillips screw. I'm really hoping that this whole thing is held in place by that Phillips screw, because I don't know what I'm supposed to do if it's not. Let's take a look underneath. Okay, so I couldn't find a screw. I wonder if these are being held on by these cables, because it's kind of wobbly, and I don't see what else it would be held on by other than these clips. I'll try and take these cables out. This is right in the way as well. Okay, that's one. going to use pliers. I'm going to use a pick to lift up the tab. So I think it might be easier if I do that. Oh, much easier. This one here, and can you see that connector? Well, it looks like I need to pull this little bit here down to yank it out. Now I can get that completely out of the way, but it doesn't want to disconnect for whatever reason. I think there might be something else holding it on. And this, god damn, that is the worst design. Taking this off won't change anything. That can't move because it's part of the actual frame. Ah, Phillips. There is a Phillips. Okay. There is a Phillips screw. Right there. I'm going to have to be really careful. Okay, I'm going to clean it out a bit. No way. That's moving, right? There we go. Right. Phillips screw is out. I wonder how much this now wants to move. Oh my god, there we go. Oh, that housing is a... What the hell kind of housing is that? Put that to one side. I'm going to slide this out now. Oh my god, look at that corrosion. No wonder that bolt. No wonder that bolt snapped. Look at that. That's bad, eh? Okay. Tail off. Okay. So, next step. See if my new tail tidy fits these 3 bolts. They should. Let's double check. I'm going to take the bolts off first. Just on a visual, those look the same. And what I can do instead is compare these. Well, I think that fits perfectly. Look at that. New hardware as well. So don't need to worry about how rusty those bolts are. I don't need to drill that out either. What I would like to do is clean up this little bit. For example, what on earth is that? Like what? Worm? Don't know what this is for. Oh, maybe a bit of rubber. Maybe something to keep some cables in place, but it's snapped. Anyway. some canned air. Don't have much left of this, but I'm going to see what best I can do. Does wonders. I did unclip this by accident, so if I can just get that back into place. That might just have to stay like that, because that's not the thing, is it? Okay. It's a little bit annoying, because it did not need to be unclipped, but I pushed it out thinking it was something that needed to be clipped. So, screw me, right? Old zip tie that has snapped. Useless. Move it out the way. For reference, I am trying to get this clip to look like this clip here. See how the black sits on top of the white bit, whereas on this one the black part sits underneath. It's just a clip, but it sits underneath because I pushed it out, so I need to get that back in. I don't have to. I don't think it's structural, but would be good. I might be able to just go like that. There we go. Look at that. That's in place now. Don't know if you can see it. For reference, this part there, plastic now sits on top. Okay, let's clean up some of this rust. I think that's as good as it's going to get. It's going to maybe grease up some of these rust spots. Just the tiniest dab of grease on these. Just a light coating like that. Just to hopefully prevent water ingress. Now I don't know if this is a good idea, but hey, it's the best I can do to prevent more rust. Right, let's start assembling some stuff. This is all the parts. That's the flasher relay. This is the actual plate holder. 2 indicators that look a lot nicer than the old ones. Number plate LED. I think this is the connector for the number plate LED. So, what I'm going to do actually is verify that these all match up, these connectors. Okay, so here's the old tail. Indicator. So these this way around, look. So those are good. The other one is this one, which, yeah, that looks right. Okay, I'm happy with those connections. Let's put stuff on here now. So this looks like it just unscrews. Then we can feed it through here. Yep. Face that backwards. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dab of grease on there, just because I saw how rusty those other ones were. So, and this is actually outside. Okay. I'm not going to tighten these properly, but just enough to hold everything in place. A bit of flex. Oh, that's flexible. Cool. That's good. Means it won't shatter in an accident. It's another connector. Oh, they look. Let me just verify, because the other ones were grey and black. Same car. I want to make sure that those actually. Are these supposed to be identical? Yes. They are identical. They are keyed, and this square bit, the key is on the same side on both of them. And you can see actually, if you look at the colouring, with that key on the same side, it is black on the left. Okay. Okay, so let's. Okay. Now, am I going to be happy with those numbers being upside down? Oh, actually. Okay, so that side's numbers are upside down, but this side is not, which means they are identical units. So I'm okay with that. Well, even if I'm not okay with it, what can I do? If I swap them around, I'll have the same issue. These parts all have to fit through here. I wonder, they do provide some heat shrink. So what's annoying is that this heat shrink doesn't actually go all the way. Although maybe it can be slid down. Yeah, it can. I think I do want to do that. I want to slide that down because this is going to be inside. These are going to be outside. I want those to be a bit more protected. Ah, that's what these bolts are for. So, this one doesn't have any heat shrink. Ah, is that for this? I think it is. Oh, do they go through here? They do go through here. Okay. Oh, so that could have had heat shrink on it. That's odd. Not like that. Like this. I wonder. Maybe I should. Let me get some scissors for this. Okay. I've got those cut out. These ones. I don't know if you can tell. They are wedged. But you can't tell on that lighting. See the height? They fit around the curve. Also, I would think. So let me. Okay, that seems right. Let's turn this around. Oh, actually, I don't think I need. Why have they given us 4? Well, if I figure it out when I get to it. That was unbelievably close, but I saw where it fell. I see what those spaces are for, so let's take that off again. how best to do this. I think we plug these in and then just touch the connections to this. Give that a try. Okay, so for the sake of testing, I'm going to start plugging some of these connectors on. This one. And if I touch these, there we go. Okay, that one works. Put that one to one side. We'll try the other two indicators. Gotta move these cans out of the way, I keep bumping into them. That works. Oh, they are both working. It was working a second ago. I know I saw it work. Oh, are they polarized? Oh, okay, they're polarized. Okay, so this is weird because it works with the hazard, but not the indicator. It's partially working, which is really, really odd. Now I wonder if it's this flasher relay, which I think is somewhere near the front, if this needs to be plugged in. Move you guys over here to take a look at. That's a normal flash rate. Look at how fast that is. Look at how fast that is. So I wonder if, let me make sure the right has the same symptoms. Yellow to green. Same symptom. So that's flashing when it's on the hazard, but not when it's doing a super fast flash there. Okay. The components work, but I'm just not sure about what's going on with this flash issue. So for now, I'm just going to install this as a really loose fit. So I'm going to route these cables through like this. I guess let me take these off. Alright, caught that one. Now, unlike the other ones I've all dropped, I didn't see where that went. How lucky am I? That's amazing. Okay. Let me get these lined up first, so that I can push them all through. I think I gotta get this bolt underneath and then screw this screw it on from top. So let me rest this here. Maybe like that. That doesn't seem right. As soon as I let go of that, it's gonna drop, isn't it? So I'm thinking actually it's gonna be the other way around. Where put that bolt over here. Should be this one underneath. That seems more likely. Does it seem more likely? I don't. Oh, gosh. So how am I going to get that underneath? Well, let's worry about this one. Yeah, because this one seems like it would be significantly easier. And not, imagine me connecting that up before everything's ready and he gets in the way. Oh my god. Right. Because I'm an idiot, I'm going to try the other side. Well, I've done some research now. It also looks like my chain's getting rusty. I've done some research now. The flasher relay should be in here somewhere. And in reality I can, well, I think I can see it. And it says, without the flasher relay, the LEDs won't go off. So, hopefully that's true. And, yeah, so let's get this fairing off. There's one bolt there. And there's one bolt there. Maybe those are the only ones. We'll find out soon. Light up that bolt. That looked like it was going to round. That's no good. That's not good at all. I'm going to hit it with a hammer. Because if that rounds, I will not be able to take it out at all. That is really bad news if that bolt is going to round. Just don't have the grip strength to turn that. What's slipping is this. It's these pliers. Well, if it rounds, right? Yeah. No luck. This one over here is turning, so maybe I can unclip it a bunch and lean it out like that. The only choice I have. I might just have to leave that one in there rounded forever. Not a dab of grease on that. Nice and rusty. Shoddy craftsmanship. Here's the question, is that coming out or is that stripped on the inside? I think that's snapped on the inside as well. We can see on the flasher relay there's a little tab. I'm going to push that in to get this out on the inside, on this side. That's very unfortunate that this is stripped. If that needs to be drilled out, this needs to be drilled out. Just so I can see it. I can actually see it. What is it? Just gone now. There. Through this hole. Okay, well, there's the cable out. Okay, there's that relay. Plugged in. Oh my god, what a nightmare. So that's going to go back into place. I'm going to have to figure something out for this. Whether I stick it to the side or bolt it up to something, I don't know yet. This is the rear light. These two are the plate LEDs. So that's the wrong one then. How is that possible? So this must be, oh right, so it must be this one then. So grey is the right hand side one, so we bring that through. Yeah, good. Good. Yellow to green, which means okay, push those in. See the plate light, I want to put some heat shrink on. How annoying is that going to be to do now that I've plugged these in? Because annoyingly, they didn't put the heat shrink on the number plate light. It's fine. I'll figure that out. So I've actually just dropped, there's my pick. I need a couple of picks. The washer is underneath. There's one part lost forever, probably. washer. So this whole thing needs to go into here. Try this one. Because I'm doing it in the wrong order, I should do, I am going to do, is unplug these, as annoying as that is. Okay, trying to get some of this heat shrink through, pass through a bit easier like that, there we go. That's a little bit shrunk, warm as well. Okay. Zip tie around these just to keep that heat shrink in place, unless that hasn't been shrunk yet, but it looks quite shrunk. I'm just going to zip tie it. Have an idea. Well, I say an idea. I think bolt onto here first, and then I can undo this one. Ideally without losing any bolts. Let me see if that fits. Okay, so let me move you guys first. With that bolted on there, let's see if that fits. Oh, it does. Oh, perfect. Okay, let's tighten that bolt up then. So before I do that, I'm actually going to grease this up nicely. Give it a good amount of grease. That way it won't rust like before. So let's move you over here. One by one, we're going to get these cables back through. One. Two. one's nice and tight. One by one then we got do these two because they're not actually tight. I want to grease them. Actually, let's... how are we going to test these? I don't know which one's which. Oh. I'm going to have to watch back my videos. Okay. So I watched back the video. Figured that black is left. Makes grey right. And I can't actually wiggle and see because the cables are quite tight, but I'm hoping that is the left one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the bike on. I've not pushed that all the way in. I don't want to have to keep taking that out. Let's see if I can get that to light up. Yep. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. That's correct. So, I'm going to take the ignition off and connect up the rest. There we go. The light is on, but the indicators are on. Left side, right side. Okay. Oh, and the brake. Yep. Okay. Get that ignition off. Let's get some more zip ties in. Here we go. Nice and clean. Oh no, not tying those yet. That's fine. I can do that now. I mean, I don't have a reference for how tight that needs to be. But, I mean, it's nylon as well, so it shouldn't vibrate loose. So, before I figure out what to do with this relay, I think I'm going to get that number plate on. So there's the old part. There we go. Just dropped a bolt. Always dropping bolts. Should clean it, but realistically it's right there, isn't it? It's just going to get dirty again. Although before it was out here. Yeah, I think I'm going to clean it. I also need to tighten these, don't I? I ought to do that before I... Oh, where is this bolt into? drill some holes then. Okay, so step number 1 is to use the world's worst measuring tape that doesn't hold its... Let me get a different one because that's not going to work. There we go. Measure center on this. We can use this saw as a set square and draw our line like this. I can line this line up to this hole and draw 2 circles. Right, it's just not going to work because I can't draw hard enough with this. I have to get a Sharpie. Sharpie and some glue tack, that'll help. That's where I want to do my... How am I going to remember that? Because I can't drill through that. Might be the case that I do need to just Sharpie it. Drawn lines around where I want to draw. Drill, not draw. Right in the middle. .5. That's better. Okay. Ideally, you know what? Do it the right way. Pilot hole first. That's 2. Let's make sure. Watch out, I've done this completely wrong, but just to get that bolt through. There we go. Tighten those up now. There you go. Okay, I'm going to hold the camera for this bit. One last bit is to get this relay tied up somewhere. Now, amazingly, I have found what looks like the perfect position. If we look in here, in this engine bay, try and get the camera angle as good as possible. I'll grab my screwdriver so I can point to stuff. There's a hole right there. Now I don't know what that's being used for, but if I can get the whole of this relay bolted into that, that would be the most ideal solution and the most ideal ending to this project. So let's get you back on that stand and see what I can do. Last bit. There's the relay. I don't know how much I can record. This is balancing the camera stand on the bike, and I'm probably going to cover most of my work. I mean, it's perfect. The only issue is getting down there. The worst idea I've come up with is to just zip tie it. because I think I'm going to need 2 hands on this. I will not be able to get one hand under here, another hand on this side to bolt it into place. And even if I could, I don't have a bolt, but I do have zip ties. So, Hail Mary. Oh my god, okay. Gonna move you guys back. Okay. Hopefully you can see that. Zoom in a bit. That is zip tied on with that. So that is, hopefully, my tail tidy done. One last part is to put this bolt into here, maybe with a bit of grease, and tighten it down. Grease has been applied. Nice and snug. I will notice that if it starts rattling out. It's very much just out in the open, isn't it? The final step. Down here with this torch. Try and clip these parts back on. So I've got this pin out. I'm wondering if I can insert this into place, and then that pin, hopefully. Oh, you're joking. Where's that just fallen? Right here. Haha. Aha. Okay. Where's that pin I just put down? Right here. Should just be able to push that into place. Okay. That's one. Oh, that is perfect. Done and done. One last thing I'm going to do, taking this off again, is to, got this heating up, I'm going to hot glue around where the heat shrinks meet up, because I want to prevent water ingress. Now I don't know what sort of waterproofing they've done, but I don't want water building up in these tubes. I'll just tape it off. Just get a layer of Okay, final one. So there. Okay, so that is that. Better than it was. So I'm gonna push these back through. Okay, probably just cut these off then. Be very careful doing that. Which means I also need to re-plug in this which pulled out momentarily. I believe it's yellow to black. Sorry, yellow to green, black to orange, if I remember correctly. And I said it and then I did a different one. There we go. Okay, let's push those in. That's one. That's two. Including brake, left, right. Cool. I'm going to destroy the battery doing this. How many times? And cool. And we are done. Oh yes, put the toolbox in quotes back. That's it right there. All right. So that tail tidy all done, and nice sleek indicators. That LED number plate. What more can you ask for? Right. Time to take it off the panic stand. This is the scary bit. Turn that wheel. Side stand down. Grab a hold of this. There we go. Easy. Right.